Hey there guys, GamerJaden1 here, and today I'm going to continue with the Season 3 playthrough of the Grand Tour game with pick-up, put-downs. But before I do get into that, I have just looked at my YouTube dashboard and I have found that I have 90 subscribers. I am 10 away from having 100, which is my first milestone, and honestly it is just blowing me away that I have 90 subscribers. It's just, honestly, I thought by say 2025 I'll have 10, maybe 20 subscribers, and it'd be because, you know, I'm playing the video games, and you know, maybe when Cyberpunk 2077 comes out, you know, maybe I'll be able to pick up, you know, quite a few from that. But I've been able to get to 90 mainly from doing the reactions, which are still happening. There's no worry about them stopping. But I'm also going to be doing, hopefully, a lot more video game content. It's just so crazy to think that I am 10 away from 100, and I honestly never ever thought that I would be at that point. And I thought it was going to be decades down the line that I hit 100, you know, because it's been roughly a year since I first started to upload, and you know, between then and just before I first started uploading reactions, I think I was getting close to 10. I think I had about 8 or 9 subscribers, and it's just so crazy to think I am getting closer and closer to having 100, and just completely shocked me. And honestly, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who is subscribed to me, whether it's for the video games or whether it's for the reactions, or even if it's both. You know, I appreciate every single one of you, and I am just completely blown away that I am able to sit here and make a video talking about being so close to having 100 subscribers. And when I do hit 100, I'm going to celebrate with a very special reaction video, because I honestly never thought that I would be at 100. And honestly, I just want to say thank you to every single, I know I've already said it, but thank you so much for wanting to subscribe to me, to be able, for me to have the motivation to continue on, is just so amazing, and thank you so much. But before I end up turning this intro into like a 3-hour long thank you, I am going to have a drink. And then we are going to get into episode 4 of season 3 of the Grand Tour, which is called Pick Up Put Downs. Which, if I can remember rightly, they had to use the 3 pickup trucks, the Mercedes X-Class, the Ford Ranger Raptor, I think it was, and the Volkswagen Amarok, and they were just absolute morons with them. But let's go play. It's so weird to think that this is probably the last set of videos that I will record, the last set of video game videos that I will record where I have less than 100 subscribers. I went to bed last night and I think I was on 78, 79, maybe even at 80, but I woke up this morning, I didn't bother to check the dashboard. I went and checked any comments, replied to a couple, and then started recording. I literally only just...
Thank you, welcome. Now, coming up in today's show,
I literally only just looked at the dashboard just before I started recording this video, and I hit 90, and I am completely and utterly surprised at that.
People have for many years used Japanese-made pickup trucks.
Yes, but now European car makers have decided they want a piece of the action, so they've come up with pickup trucks of their own.
Yes, they have. And to find out if they're any good, this week we take the Grand Tour on a journey through history.
We begin in the Middle Ages, which meant going to Richard Hammond's garden.
She looked happy, didn't she?
In parts of the globe where there's no mains water or electricity, a pickup truck has to be more than just transport for plague victims and livestock. That's why James has turned his Mercedes X-Class into a power station, using its rear axle to make electricity for the village.
I need to just...
Richard, meanwhile, was using his Ford Ranger as a tractor, pulling a plough. And I was using this Volkswagen Amarok as an irrigation system. I'm using it to
I called it an Amarok, didn't I?
Nourishment from the well to the community allotment.
It's an Amarok.
Yeah, but I can hear the water coming now above the smooth turbocharged throb of my V6 diesel.
Done! Send the car off! What was that? Oh dear.
And I've done my neck in.
This is supposed to be a demonstration of the utility of pickup trucks.
We've done it. We've proved all three of them.
Yeah, no, I have. I've sawn 3 pieces of wood for a fence. Hammond's ploughed 4 furrows for growing things in. You have only subtracted from this community. I think you've slightly missed the point.
Why do you always have to overdo everything? I mean,
You shut up.
why?
Because it's supposed to be a test of European pickup trucks.
And it's European.
Well, yes, apart from the fact that it was designed in Australia and it's built in South Africa.
What about the engine?
That's made in Turkey.
That's European.
Well, a bit of it is.
Let's not get bogged down with where Turkey is. What we've done is prove that all three of them work well when there is peace in the village in the developing world. What we must do now is find out how well they work when the peace comes to an end and there's a revolution.
When the revolution is over, it's important that all traces of the vile, hated dictator are eradicated. And that's why I'm attaching my Mercedes to this giant statue of Kim Yong-Clarkson to see if I can pull it over.
Oh, God.
Right, here are the rules. I have to do this using the lowest revs possible. So what I'm going to do is put it in 4-wheel drive low range, something Jeremy Clarkson can't do, first gear manual, and turn the traction control off. Here we go. Traction control, diff lock,
Okay. Let's go.
down your car.
Right,
3,
so
2, 1, go. Traction
Right.
control, diff lock.
got a feeling
you
for it
come.
then. So let's go.
3, 2, 1, go!
Jeez, that one was worse.
Traction control.
Come on, I
diff
can do
lock,
this. Let's go.
Down your car.
Right, so
3, 2, 1, away!
yes. Okay, that was better. I just had to get a feeling for it, and
He's gone! That was right on your tongue. What a feat! Oh, I bet that did that.
that was
That
straight
is
on his
in the
face. Yes.
By the whole earth. In the face. Do you see what happened to your nose? Look at it.
Yes. And now, it's your turn because...
Yeah, matey tongue. Right, it's time for your reign of terror to end. 3, 2, 1, begin.
Right, try and get it as high as possible. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Oh
Yes. And he just keeps dragging it.
He's dragging you, he's taking you for a scrape.
Just for added measure.
Nice one, Hammond. The scores so far then looked like this. James had used 2,100 RPM to topple me, whereas Hammond, despite his bigger engine, had had to use 3,600 RPM to bring down May. And now it's time for me to win as I get rid of the last of the country's hated dictators, Dick Pott. And there we are.
Oh, now come on.
Well, you shouldn't have built a life-size one. You're a man of modest stature.
Yeah, fine. It reflects my ego compared to yours.
Well, it's, proportional to the size of the tyranny.
I don't think I'm going to need low range.
You haven't got it.
Well, I know exactly. I don't need it. Lock the rear diff. There you go.
You'll need that.
Right, here we go. Ready?
Yes.
Taking up the slack.
There might be a really bad jolt, so be careful.
3, 2, 1, go. I've won another test. Won both of them.
How have you worked that out?
Well, 600 RPM, okay? And I did the best in the village.
You destroyed the village.
Listen, let's not get bogged down with that. We must now move on to what typically happens in a country after the dictator is gone. With the government in disarray, we had to load all our worldly goods into our pickup trucks and prepare to run for our lives.
Wow.
Everybody else in the world has an iPod.
I don't think
What's he got a gramophone for?
It was my grandmother's. We're fleeing from rebel forces. You don't stand here doing a commentary. Get in your truck.
I'm ready to flee.
Right, perfectly straightforward. Whichever one is the fastest from here to the flags there. Yes?
Yes.
Best at fleeing.
Yes, they're called. Yes, exactly right.
So it's a drag race?
It's a flea race.
It's a fleeing race.
Let's flee then.
Come on, let's go.
If you need to flee from government forces, you need an Amarok. 0 to 60, 8 seconds. That's hot hatchback territory. It's the fastest
Yeah, but
of
that's...
the trio, the most powerful of the trio, and the lightest of the trio. Probably not now, but it was. 3, 2, 1, go.
Richard. Wow.
My Lego.
That's what he's bothered about. His Lego. Wow.
Bicycle?
This is our new life, chaps.
This is...
Lego, cream, and a shit record.
Well, you say that.
I'm going to start
I
again.
know we've got a chair.
You say that.
Oh, we're going to be all right.
I literally think we're okay. Yes. So let's just get this crystal clear. Okay, we haven't escaped with much. But the Volkswagen has now won all 3 tests.
Who decided that?
Me.
Yeah, but this isn't a dictatorship anymore.
We toppled the dictator.
Yeah, it's a democracy.
It was the fastest by a mile.
Yeah,
It was easily the best at pulling over statues and the best at water irrigation.
No. And you may have got there first, guaranteeing your survival, but you have no life. You have half a table and a mattress and the worst album in history. I have got the contents of a home.
The merits of the Yes album aside, the fact remained that with the country now in chaos, help is urgently needed.
The aid workers arrived. Okay.
So, how would our commandeered trucks cope with their requirements? Quite well, actually. And now, if I may, I'd like to talk about the Jaguar XE, not your hair. It is a really very nice little car, if I'm honest. It's very good looking, it's not particularly expensive, it rides beautifully, very beautifully in fact,